Go ahead, look down at your belly right now. I'm serious, because that exact shape, well, it's telling you which organ inside your body is failing.
You know, most people think fat is just fat. That's not just wrong, it's a dangerous lie. The truth is, there are three completely different belly shapes, and each one is caused by a completely different organ failing inside you. One of them isn't even fat at all. It's fluid, literally leaking from a liver in crisis. Another is basically a hormonal storage unit for chemicals you probably didn't even know you were eating. And the third? Well, that one is built from your own muscles being dissolved into sugar. So you see, if you treat them all the same way, you're never ever going to lose that weight. All right, let's get right into our diagnosis wall. My promise to you is this. By the end of this session, I'm going to reveal what I call the three-door protocol. It's the specific intervention that's matched to your specific belly type. One door for each shape. You focus on it for 90 days. I'll even tell you the exact order to walk through them if you've got a hybrid belly. Look, without this protocol, diet alone can't fix what's broken. But with it, your body can absolutely transform in 12 months. Let's start with type 1. We call this the hard drum. Now, if you have this shape right now, I need you to listen very carefully because the clock is already ticking. This belly is high up, it's round, and it's tight. It doesn't jiggle, it sticks straight out, almost like a pressurized dome, while your arms and legs might actually seem kind of thin in comparison. You know, if you were to actually tap on this belly, it would make a solid, almost hollow sound like a drum. And there's a really specific reason for that. This belly, this is not fat. It is fluid. It's fluid that is leaking from your liver. The medical term for this is ascites. And if you're trying to lose this on a treadmill, you're just wasting your time. And more importantly, you're ignoring a very serious medical warning. The problem isn't calories, it's a liver in crisis. So how in the world does this happen? Well, think of your liver as a giant filter. When it gets scarred from years of damage, that's a condition called cirrhosis. Blood can't flow through it easily anymore. The main highway for blood coming from your gut, the portal vein, basically runs into a massive traffic jam. Pressure builds up behind that roadblock. That's what we call portal hypertension. Now, at the same time, a failing liver, as a 2023 review confirmed, stops making a critical protein called albumin. And albumin's job is to hold water inside your blood vessels. Without enough of it, plasma just starts to seep right through the vein walls, slowly filling your abdomen with up to 5 liters of fluid. Okay, so the crucial point here is this. The hard drum is a liver problem. And this brings us to door number 1. The liver rehabilitation protocol. First thing, you absolutely must eliminate the 2 main solvents that are dissolving your liver, alcohol and high fructose corn syrup. They have to be gone 100%. Second, you gotta flush out the backed up bile blocks with a specific bile salt called 2-DCA. It actually thins the bile, allowing your liver to finally drain. And third, you need to halt the progression of liver scarring with vitamin E tocotrienols. It's a specific form of vitamin E that acts like a fire extinguisher on all that inflammation. Okay, let's move on to our second type so you can see how this all connects. This is the hormonal shield. Now, this next one is different. It doesn't hurt, it doesn't feel dangerous, and you know what? That is exactly why it is so stubborn. This belly is soft, it's squishy, and it sits low right above the belt line. It's that belly that just refuses to leave, no matter how clean you eat. So the reason this belly is so ridiculously stubborn is that it isn't really caused by food alone. No, it's caused by a hormone, estrogen. And this goes for both men and women. An excess of estrogen signals the body to store this very specific type of soft subcutaneous fat right there on the lower abdomen. It's like a hormonal storage unit. And here is the feedback loop that makes this belly almost impossible to escape. See, the fat cells themselves, they contain an enzyme called aromatase, and this little enzyme takes testosterone and converts it into estrogen. So let this sink in. The more belly fat you have, the more estrogen you produce, and the more estrogen you have, the more belly fat you store. It is a loop. A very recent study in Frontiers in Endocrinology confirms that this exact kind of belly fat has incredibly high estrogen-producing activity. It's a vicious cycle. But you might be wondering, where is all this extra estrogen even coming from? Well, this right here shows the plastic connection. Every single time you drink from a plastic bottle or eat food that was stored or heated up in plastic, you're essentially dosing yourself with something called xenoestrogens. These are synthetic chemicals that perfectly mimic estrogen in your body. They lock onto your receptors and they just scream at your body to grow more fat. So just how big is this problem? It's huge. The average person consumes a credit card's worth of microplastics every single week. Just think about that for a second. That plastic has to go somewhere, and a lot of times it ends up getting stored right in that hormonal shield on your belly. This brings us straight to door number 2, the estrogen detox protocol. First up, you need nature's traffic cop for estrogen. It's found in cruciferous vegetables like broccoli and kale. They contain a compound that becomes DIMM, and DIMM basically directs estrogen down a safe metabolic pathway. Now, to get a real therapeutic dose, you'll probably need a concentrated DIM supplement, and you should pair it with calcium D-glucarate. Together, they're the detox team that escorts the neutralized estrogen right out of your body. And finally, for the love of everything, stop heating your food in plastic. Switch to glass, ceramic, or stainless steel. I'm telling you, this one change alone can start to shrink your belly in a matter of weeks. Now, the third belly, this is the one that I see most often, especially after 60, and the reason for it is going to shock you. This is the stress apron. It's large, it's wide, and it sags from the navel. This is visceral fat, the deep, dangerous kind that wraps itself right around your organs. And the architect of this belly, it's not bread, it's not pasta. You are not building this belly from bread. You are building it from your own thigh muscles. Now listen carefully. Your main stress hormone, cortisol, is designed for a quick fight-or-flight response. But when you're under the chronic stress of modern life, from finances, work, worry, your body stays stuck in that survival mode 24/7. In this constant state of emergency, cortisol starts breaking down your own muscle tissue, from your arms, your glutes, your thighs, and it converts that precious protein into sugar. The process is called gluconeogenesis. Your body is dissolving your muscles to create emergency fuel. But here's the kicker. Since you aren't actually running from a tiger, that sugar has nowhere to go. So when that flood of sugar hits your bloodstream, your pancreas just panics. It starts pumping out tons of insulin to clear the sugar away. But since your muscles don't need it, insulin has no choice but to store all that sugar as fat, and specifically as that dangerous visceral fat that gets packed around your organs. You are literally, and I mean literally, building the stress apron from your own body. So what's the biggest driver of this chronic cortisol? It's sleep debt, and the proof is just stunning. University of Chicago researchers took healthy young men, and they restricted their sleep to just 4 hours a night for only 1 week. At the end of 7 days, they became pre-diabetic. And a 2022 study in the Journal of the American College of Cardiology found that sleep restriction directly leads to more abdominal and visceral fat. The real builder of the stress apron is sleep debt plus chronic stress. Okay, this leads us to our final door. Door number 3, the anti-cortisol protocol. First, stop attacking stress with more stress. High-intensity workouts can actually spike your cortisol even more. Instead, I want you to take long, slow walks. This lowers cortisol and tells your body it's finally safe to release that stored fat. Second, give your pancreas a much-needed vacation with a 16-hour intermittent fast. This will help reset your insulin sensitivity. And third, take your nutritional chill pill, ashwagandha, the lower cortisol and magnesium glycinate before bed to deepen your fat-burning, slow-wave sleep. So there we have it, our three bellies: the liver crisis, the estrogen loop, and the cortisol factory. Now, before you pick your door, I need to tell you why most people walk through the wrong one first. The three-door protocol is beautifully simple. You don't try to do everything at once. You identify your primary belly shape, and you walk through that one corresponding door. Door 1 for the liver, door 2 for hormones, door 3 for stress, and you stay there completely focused for 90 days. That is how you build real, lasting momentum. But what if you have a hybrid belly? A lot of people, especially over 60, have a combination of two types. So what do you do then? The rule is simple. If you have a hybrid belly that includes a stress apron, you always start with door number 3. Always. And why is that? It's because lowering your cortisol and resetting your insulin through walking, fasting, and deep sleep will also naturally help rebalance your estrogen levels. It is the foundation for everything else. And this is the power of matching the right intervention to the right problem. It's not just about losing weight. In 12 months, the waistline shrinks, but the posture improves. Cholesterol and blood pressure drop, sleep deepens, and your life literally gets longer. You're not just losing a belly, you're fixing the organ that's failing. So I'll ask you again, what is your belly telling you? Your body is giving you a signal. Is it hard and high? That's your liver. Is it soft and low? That's hormones. Is it large and saggy? That's stress. Once you know your belly, you know your door. And for the very first time, you know exactly what to do. 3 bellies, 3 organs, 3 doors. So tonight, I want you to stand in front of your mirror. Look, feel, diagnose, then pick your door and walk through it. And if your shape is the stress apron, that visceral fat wrapped around your organs, there is a specific Japanese method that strips this fat faster than anything else I have ever seen. I break it down in my next explainer. Watch it now.